That's the beauty of diminished chords. Demented chords, that's another story. We won't get into that today. Now, so we have so far, and this way I'm hitting the bass as a double time rather than, so I'll hit it on every quarter note, which is another way to suggest a walking bass. Now here's a little more challenging section of the song. The melody is on D7, but at the same time the bass is, okay. So as you learn that kind of thing, you learn it as a unit, beat by beat. What happens on any particular beat? So the first beat, you have two things that happen. Both those things have to happen. You have to hit the A in the bass and the melody on the top note, the A, and then the D as the melody right after it, while you hit the B in the bass. So you think of things in a unit. And then while you hold that melody note, you continue with your bass line while you sustain the note. Now you got to work it out, so you always slowly at first, you know. The slower the better at first, because you're programming your brain, and that's how your brain will get it. You don't want to rehearse mistakes. Very important. So the slower the better, always at first, until you have it perfect. Then you kick it up just a bit each time. That diminished chord, and you saw me sometimes go up here for a moment, and then to G, B, E minor, A minor, and D. And that's just a diminished arpeggio down on the C sharp diminished. A7, D, G. Now the bridge, D minor 7 to G7, coming up chromatically upon it. Now notice here, I have to stretch all the way to get that F sharp in the melody. So be prepared to stretch. And in order to stretch to get melodies that are way up there like that, it's imperative, I think, that I always recommend that you use a strap and have the guitar more in this position up here and have the thumb pretty much in the center of the neck as a usual place, and get that wrist out there, because you have so much more power. Then you can reach way up without even hurting. You know, you can do things you didn't think you could do, and reach melodies that you couldn't reach before. And then we go on with the bridge. Now on this chord, E minor 7 to A7, I'll opt to use the open A string on the bass rather than the whole chord. And whenever possible, why not? Then you can always try to get as low a bass note as you can at any given moment, you know. Okay, and then I was on D, again rolling down on the bass. Okay, and it just moves on. When I did the bridge the second time, instead of doing exactly the melody with the D minor to G, I did something, a little improv up here, D minor up here. And it's good to add a little improv the second chorus somewhere in a song, so it's not monotonous. You don't want to be too predictable when you play. The beauty of this approach, though, is just at a moment's notice you can go into an improvisational new place on a guitar, and the song is not always just the same sterile arrangement you always did. You feel a little freedom with the song. So I didn't do any of that before, but you could see it's typical, you know, kind of stereotypical guitar riffs that fit beautifully there. So why not, you know? And I was ringing the D string while I did it, so that's more the beauty of the improvisational nature of this approach. Little nice finish here, go up on the bass to the third C, C sharp, G to E, then A7, or A9, D13, nothing to it but to do it.